Today in Getting Real with the Housewives, Luann and Bethany are not on better terms as Bethany responds to her ex's new romance. Plus, Melissa Gorga thinks there should be a Jersey cast shakeup as Teresa has an epic Photoshop fail. Plus, Caroline Stanbury reveals where she stands on having another baby.
I really have a great life, me and Sergio, but I do understand he's 29 years old and at some point he will want a baby.
We've got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey everyone, I'm Christina and welcome to Getting Real with the Housewives. So much big news to get to, so let's dive right into it. Starting off with Luann and Bethany. They are not on better terms despite their friendly run-in over the weekend. Luann told us after watching Bethany's video and still being blocked by her on social media, I realized she just used her daughter to get to me. Luann noted that she was initially really happy to see Bethany before realizing the reunion was insincere. She said, to watch the video, it hurt my feelings. Now, the former Real Housewives of New York City star reunited at talent agent Jason Weinberg's Saturday, July 6th party in the Hamptons. Bethany uploaded a video of her 14-year-old daughter, Bryn, posing with Luann.
Guess what, Bryn? What I guess life is actually a cabaret.
So after the promising interaction, Bethany offered more insight into where she and Luann stand now. She explained via TikTok, so I see Luann and Bryn gets all devious. My friend Mark is like, just say something, why not, right? And it is also a good example for Bryn. We have to be good examples. I basically said congratulations, and Bryn is there, which is great because she bridged my relationship with my mom. Bethany confirmed that Luann had a sweet moment with her daughter, saying Luann hugged Bryn. We had to do it on social media because if it didn't happen there, it didn't happen anywhere. That was nice and clean. She texted me and wrote, we are like some discombobulated family, so that was pleasant and fun. As we know, they starred on the OG RHONY show, and they had some major ups and downs, and their feud was reignited last year when Luann didn't show support for Bethany's fight to unionize reality TV stars. I was very surprised to see this video, considering Luann told us not too long ago that she would never film with Bethany again. They definitely were not on the best of terms, and it seems like, even though she's still blocked, so it seems like Luann is not going to be mending fences any further than this. But it was a nice moment while it lasted. Speaking of Bethany, she called it brutal to hear about ex-fiance Paul Vernon's new relationship with Aurora Colpo. Bethany shared during her Just Be podcast, saying, last week I started to see my name in headlines being portrayed as the jilted ex who had been upgraded from, that my ex had moved on from me with a younger woman. It regurgitated the continuous narrative that he is a very under-the-radar person who had now gotten serious with someone, had a girlfriend, met her family, met her kids. She had met his kids. He was in a serious relationship. He had bought her presents and they were a new unit. Now, she said that she was being portrayed as some sort of spinster that's just home crying, but she was really happy after the breakup until now. She added, it was definitely shocking and it's embarrassing hearing about your ex-fiance committing to another woman shortly thereafter on their first date, and then being inside their relationship, hearing about their sex and their gifts and meeting each other's kids, and the level of commitment was gutting. Now, Us Weekly broke the news that in May that Bethany and Paul split several months prior after 6 years together. He has moved on with Olivia Colpo's older sister, Aurora. Still murky on whether how serious that relationship is, but it's got to be hard seeing your ex move on, your ex-fiance who you were with for 6 years, move on so publicly when they were kind of, a little bit under the radar. It's got to be a weird feeling. But when I spoke to Bethany, and you saw it last week, she said that she is happy and in a great place and, feeling really good about her life right now. So moving on. Speaking of somebody that is moving on, Kelly Ben-Simone has moved back into her former New York City apartment building after calling off her wedding to Scott Littner. Page Six reported that Kelly rented out her apartment in the police building for $28,000 when she got engaged to Scott. She confirmed to the outlet that her former 3-bedroom and 3-bath residence is still being rented, so she is currently living inside a different unit in the converted former police headquarters located in Lower Manhattan. Now, the update in her residence comes weeks after she ended her relationship. She exclusively told us that she broke things off with Scott after his refusal to sign a prenup agreement. It seems like she is moving on. It seems like he is digging in his heels and not signing that prenup. So I guess, hopefully Kelly can just move on, be happy, and find somebody that suits her life and is good for her. We've got a lot of OG RHONY news going on this week. So it's the end of an era for Sonia Morgan after she officially moved out of her beloved New York City townhouse. She wrote on Instagram, reflecting on the wonderful memories created in our cherished townhouse, from raising my daughter to hosting unforgettable dinner parties and, of course, filming iconic Real Housewives scenes. This stately brownstone has been a cornerstone of me and my family's life, a beautiful sanctuary filled with laughter and love. Now, in her video post, the reality star followed Piece of Cake moving and storage employees as they packed up her last remaining furniture and belongings. When there was a moment of free time, she brushed her teeth one last time in her kitchen sink. As we know, we've seen this house throughout her 10 seasons on The Real Housewives of New York. It was put up for auction in May after being on and off the market for so many years. So it is definitely a time for her to close this chapter. This was such a beautiful home, and it ended up going to the highest bidder for $4.45 million. So hopefully Sonia can close this chapter, but I wish we could have gotten one more season of Housewives in there, because there was definitely some great memories. All right, well, Teresa Giudice is shrugging off the critics with a sense of humor. After fans accused her of photoshopping a recent social media post, Teresa responded by playfully embracing the controversy. She took to her Instagram stories and shared more edited photos of herself and Larsa Pippen using that same snapshot that sparked the initial accusations. This time the photo featured a background of a lobby with a green sofa. She was on different beaches. I mean, even other housewives are getting in on the jokes. She said that she loved the comments. She also included the crying, laughing, and pink heart emojis. She reposted fan-edited photos. I mean, her New Jersey housewives are getting in on the action as well. So what happened is she posted a birthday message for Larsa, which drew attention for this photo editing. Despite the critiques, Larsa seemed unfazed, responding with "love you so much." I know she responded to another post saying this was supposed to be funny. So it seems like everybody's having a good laugh about it. Everybody is reposting this this meme now with Larsa and Teresa in all different places, and I couldn't be more for it. Well, more Teresa news. So she recently revisited one of her and ex-husband Joe Giudice's most intense reality TV moments. So as we know, Joe infamously referred to Teresa as his bitch wife and a "see you next Tuesday" while taking a phone call on a cast trip to Napa. So during season 4, Teresa revealed that she was so pissed watching the comment play out on the small screen. She said on Reality with the King podcast, "This is the thing. When you're with your partner, you know what you guys call each other. You guys call each other names. I'm like, my husband's never called me the C word. I'm like, he's never. You guys edited that in." And the show producers were like, "Teresa, no, we didn't." Despite her doubts, Teresa said Real Housewives executive producer Andy Cohen called her to confirm that the comment was made on camera. He's like, "Nobody edited that in. Your husband said it. When I watched it, I was in shock." So Teresa didn't cry after hearing Joe's words, but her now ex slept on the couch for 2 weeks, as he should have. And she said, "I was really pissed, and he was really upset too. I'm like, I can't believe you called me that. You never said that to me." Now, when it comes to Louis, her now husband, Teresa argued that he would never make those comments of remarks about her on TV. Louis doesn't even curse, she said. I don't know what went on behind closed doors with Joe and Teresa's marriage, but it seems like, he probably had a mouth on him. But it seems like, whatever, they are in a great co-parenting space right now. They have both moved on, but this was definitely an iconic Housewives moment, and people are still talking about it years and years later. Well, keeping on New Jersey news, and Melissa Gorga is ready for a change. She is in agreement with viewers who think that the Bravo reality show needs a cast shakeup amid a toxic season 14 and canceled reunion. She told Entertainment Tonight, "I agree with Bravo that there needs to be changes. I agree with that 100%. I think things have gotten really toxic." She said, "There's 2 of my cast members that have played really dirty behind the scenes, and it's coming out. It's all coming out because it always rises to the top. It always comes out in the laundry. It's been years, so it's all coming forward." She has not shared any scenes with her sister-in-law Teresa this season after years of bitter family infighting. She didn't say who those 2 cast members are, but if I was a betting woman, I would go with Teresa and Jennifer, because there have been some stories out there that they've been leaking things to blogs and things like that, but obviously none of that is confirmed. Teresa was on Kelly and Mark and said that she is not leaving the show unless Bravo tells her that it's time to leave. So she remains steadfast and wants to stay with the Housewives, but there will definitely be some sort of cast shakeup next season. There's no doubt about it. All right, well, the OC is back this week, and Alexis Bellino sees a proposal in her future. The Orange County Star told E! News that she and boyfriend John Jansen, who previously dated Shannon Bedore, have been looking at engagement rings. She said, "We both are kind of like pinch me in the fact that we truly found a best friend and someone that we want to ride the rest of this life out together. It's pretty amazing." She also clapped back at criticism of her organic relationship with Shannon's ex, clarifying that it is not a facade. Despite facing backlash consistently since going public, she said, "This is reality and we are in love. Our kids are a group now. Our dogs are acclimated, so we're moving forward." This is going to be an explosive season. The first episode is amazing. I'm sure like you have seen it by now. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that Shannon Alexis face-off, what you thought of Shannon opening up about her drunk driving incident. There's so much that is going to happen this season, and it's going to be so good, and we're going to hear from Shannon next week, so definitely stay tuned to that. All right, well, things are heating up in Dubai, and as Caroline and Sergio settle into their new home, the question of whether or not they want to start a family together is still a hot-button issue. Well, we caught up with Caroline recently to get an update, so take a look.
Are you thinking about doing another round of IVF then?
In January, maybe, yes.
Okay.
And there's a lot on your body. I really am happy with the way I look right now, but he's worried because we only have one egg.
Sure, right.
But, you know, I guess I could do another one.
You could do, yeah.
But I did get really fat. I put on 18 pounds.
18 pounds, wow.
Yeah, on
Okay.
my body, and that's no
Well,
joke.
it's a lot of hormones. It's
Yeah.
a lot, you know, it's
Water,
a lot.
hormones, you know. I'm grumpy as it is, and so that on top of that, I don't know if he'd better wear a helmet.
I know you wrote this really wonderful essay for Today.com talking about IVF and, you know, getting pregnant at 48.
Yeah.
And, you know, the things that scare you about it, your hesitations. I mean, I know you said that you might be doing another round of IVF, but are you exploring surrogacy even more now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we go back and forth all the time. And obviously, like, all my children are beginning to get to the stage where they're going to leave home.
Sure, yeah.
You know, my boys, I've got 5 years really left with them. My daughter left home pretty much today. She just called me
really?
here. She's in London and she's gone on her grad trip, and that's really it. Then she starts uni. So she's left the house. And, you know, I really have a great life, me and Sergio, but I do understand he's 29 years old, and at some point he will want a baby. Now, I'm very honest. I don't know how I'll be with a baby again, no idea. But I've said if there's any like parent people out there who want to send him a papoose, and we'll just hook the baby up to him, and I'll visit them both. No.
Sure.
And maybe I'll be a great fun mum now because I'll have less,
all that
all the experience, and I'll be less stressed. I didn't have such a big business to run. I was so stressed in Ladies of London. I'm, much more calm. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's always difficult. You ask any older mum, they're not rushing back to do it again, are we?
All right, closing it out with our social spotlight, and it has to go to Real Housewives of Orange County star Jenna Keough, who couldn't get away with sharing an edited photo without being trolled by her daughter Cara yet again. Last week, she posted this photo with Chip McAllister, Amazing Race first season. She posted a photo that was pretty photoshopped, little face tuning, and it was edited, and Cara called her out on it. And she said, "Take this down now." And Jana did. She took it down, posted the unedited version, but she did it again, and Cara commented saying, "This ain't it, sis." I just love that she's calling out her mom on social media, but hey, we're all guilty of a little face tuning every now and then. All right, well, that is it for this week's episode of Getting Real with the Housewives. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the first episode of OC, if you think Teresa will be back, and if you agree with Melissa that there should be a cast shakeup. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and I'll see you next week.